From idols to actors, how Lee Joon-ho and Yoona showed their growth in their latest drama. What happens when two of Korea's most beloved idols, both known for their flawless performances, their radiant smiles, their picture-perfect personas, decide to bare their souls, not on a stage, but on screen? What happens when charisma gives way to vulnerability? When a smile is replaced with silence, and when two stars, known for choreography and perfection, dare to show their flaws, their fears, their hearts? That is the story of Lee Joon-ho and Yoona. And what they did in their latest drama wasn't just acting, it was transformation. Hold on tight, K-drama family. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The evolution of two legends. There was a time when Lee Joon-ho and Yoona belonged to entirely different worlds, two performers chasing rhythm, lights, and applause. Joon-ho, the powerful heartbeat of 2 p.m., known for his precision and passion on stage. Yoona, the luminous face of girls' generation, the epitome of poise, beauty, and grace. Both had everything an idol could dream of: fame, fans, and flawless reputations. But both, quietly, wanted something more. They wanted to be seen not just as stars, but as storytellers. Not just as beautiful faces, but as artists capable of breaking hearts with silence, not song. And that desire led them here, to the drama that changed everything. The drama that redefined them. When King the Land was announced, it sounded simple, a romantic comedy, full of light-hearted charm. But what audiences didn't realize was that it would become a mirror of Lee Joon-ho and Yoona's own artistic journey. On paper, their characters couldn't be more different. He, the cold, polished heir who hides behind pride and duty. She, the warm, optimistic hotelier whose smile can melt the harshest heart. But as the story unfolded, something deeper emerged. Behind Joon-ho's quiet restraint was a storm: pain, longing, vulnerability. Behind Yoona's radiant cheerfulness was depth, intelligence, and emotional grace. Every scene became a duel of subtlety, a dance between restraint and release, between laughter and heartbreak. And through that dance, both actors revealed just how far they had come. Lee Joon-ho, the discipline of emotion. Lee Joon-ho's transformation as an actor has been one of the most fascinating in modern K-drama history. He doesn't simply perform, he inhabits. He studies emotion like choreography, every breath measured, every silence deliberate. In King the Land, he doesn't rush his feelings. He lets them simmer beneath the surface, allowing the audience to see the cracks form slowly, naturally, painfully. His eyes, often cold and unreadable, begin to soften as the story unfolds, not in grand gestures, but in the smallest movements. A single blink. A subtle shift in tone. A hesitation before a confession. That's where Joon-ho's power lies, in restraint. He's not trying to prove he can act. He's showing that he feels. And that's something no award can measure, it's the language of experience. Yoona, the grace of growth. If Lee Joon-ho is precision, Yoona is poetry. Once known as the smiling center of girls' generation, she has become one of Korea's most quietly powerful actresses, graceful, intuitive, and emotionally fearless. Her portrayal in King the Land was more than just charm. It was the story of a woman choosing joy in a world that doesn't always allow it. There's a moment, small, fleeting, unforgettable, when her character stands in the rain, laughing through tears. It's not scripted emotion. It's instinct. It's truth. Yoona has the rare gift of turning simplicity into sincerity. Her eyes can shift from innocence to heartbreak in a single breath, and her laughter, even in silence, carries a kind of courage that feels lived, not performed. She no longer acts for approval. She acts from understanding. Together, a masterclass in chemistry. When Lee Joon-ho and Yoona share the screen, something cinematic happens. It's not just chemistry. It's trust. Two artists who have known what it means to be watched, judged, and admired, now looking at each other not as idols, but as equals. Their connection in King the Land is not built on cliché romance. It's built on rhythm, the rhythm of two souls who understand timing, movement, emotion. Watch how Joon-ah looks at her in silence, not as if reading a script, but as if listening for her heartbeat. Watch how Yoona meets his gaze, not as a co-star, but as someone who's truly seen him. This isn't performance. It's communion. They've taken what they learned on stage, timing, breath, awareness, and turned it into emotional precision on screen. Their every glance feels choreographed by fate itself. The critics who once doubted them in the early days, many critics dismissed idol actors as experiments, beautiful faces trying to act, trading fan loyalty for screen time. But Lee Joon-ah and Yoona have become the proof that growth is possible, that artistry evolves. Joon-ah's performance in the red sleeve already shattered expectations. Yoonah's emotional depth and big mouth redefined her as one of the most grounded performers of her generation. So when King the Land arrived, it wasn't about proving themselves anymore. It was about celebrating how far they had come. Together, they didn't just play roles. They embodied evolution. They showed that idols can become actors not by abandoning who they were, but by transforming what they learned. Their discipline from years of performance became their emotional vocabulary. Their stage charisma became their cinematic rhythm. They didn't run from their past, they built upon it. The human side behind the glamour off-screen, the transformation continues. Joon-ah, known for his intensity, often speaks quietly about his craft. He once said, "I used to dance to express power. Now I act to express honesty." That's not just growth, that's reinvention. Yoona, ever humble, once admitted that acting has taught her patience. When you're on stage, the reaction is instant. But in acting, you wait. You breathe. You trust the process. Together, they've learned to slow down in an industry built on speed. To listen, in a world built on noise. To feel, in an art form obsessed with perfection. And maybe that's what makes their journey so extraordinary. They've become proof that reinvention isn't about changing who you are, it's about rediscovering your truth, one frame at a time. The legacy they're building, what Lee Joon-ah and Yoona represent now, is more than stardom. It's endurance. It's artistry. It's the courage to evolve under constant scrutiny and still emerge authentic. Their performances in King the Land will be remembered not just for romance, but for reflection, for showing that growth can be quiet, slow, and deeply human. They are no longer just idols who became actors. They are artists who turned their evolution into a story the whole world can feel. And years from now, when people look back on their careers, they won't just see fame or beauty. They'll see the journey, the discipline, the vulnerability, the honesty, of two people who dared to start over, and in doing so, found a truer version of themselves. In the end, maybe that's the magic of Lee Joon-ah and Yoona. They began as performers who knew how to capture attention. Now, they've become storytellers who know how to capture hearts. And as the final credits roll on their latest drama, one truth remains: they've proven that even in an industry of endless reinvention, authenticity is still the most powerful performance of all. Because growth isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming real. The energy that couldn't be scripted. What makes a screen partnership unforgettable? Is it the script, the direction, the camera angles, or something far less tangible, something that lives between two people when the cameras aren't rolling? In the case of Lee Joon-ah and Yoona, it was something no one could fully explain. From their first table read, there was a kind of rhythm, an unspoken understanding, a synchronization of breath and tone. They didn't need to rehearse the chemistry, it was already there, waiting to be discovered. Staff members from King the Land recall that even before filming began, the two had fallen into a natural pattern, finishing each other's thoughts, sharing jokes in quiet corners, laughing during script rehearsals as if they had known each other for years. One crew member said softly, "When Joon-ah looks at her, he listens with his whole body. And when Yoona looks back, it's like she's answering without words." That's not direction. That's connection. Rehearsals turned real. Most actors rehearse to find emotion. Joon-ah and Yoona rehearse to control it. Their director, known for his precise storytelling style, often had to remind them to pull back, Because even in simple practice scenes, the emotions felt too raw, too real. During a cafe scene early in production, Joon-ah and Yoona were supposed to exchange playful banter. But as the cameras rolled, something shifted. Their laughter slowed. Their gazes lingered just a little too long. When cut was finally called, there was silence on set, a kind of stillness that said more than applause ever could. That was the moment the director reportedly whispered to his assistant, "They're not acting anymore. They're just being."